Our usability test of a Mercer Corp B oven. The presentation is by Sid, Nikhil, Eric, and Eric.
We asked our users to perform 3 tasks. Our first is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees, as this is a very basic skill necessary for all parts of baking. Our second task was to remove a baking pan from a hot oven. Being able to remove something hot from the oven is a vital part of safety and preventing injury. Our third task was to remove a cooking rack, an important step when cleaning or adjusting the oven.
We are using 3 data types. The first data type is time. Time is directly correlated to the ease of use of the product. Therefore, measuring time measures its intuitiveness as a product very well. The second data type is the number of user errors. A product should be easy to use at a glance for people of all skill levels. Counting the number of errors people make can reflect the difficulty level of the product. The third data type is user dignity on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 denotes feeling awful, 10 denotes feeling extreme confidence in their skills. User dignity reflects how the user feels after using the product, which is important in order to establish customer loyalty and promote your product.
For our user group, we decided that we're going to use college male freshmen who have never baked before. We targeted this specific demographic as a convenient sample, as well as to test their innate understanding of a potentially difficult and harmful product. The oven is also in all of our suites, and so we expected that they'll have to use this at least once in their lifetime.
The first subject for the test took around 15 to 20 seconds on average for all the tasks and made around 2 errors for each task, but specifically he gave an user dignity rating of 7 for preheating the oven, a rating of 3 for removing the baking pan from the hot oven, and a rating of 4 for replacing a baking rack.
The second subject had a very big variance in his results. For the preheating and replacing a baking rack, he took between 30 to 40 seconds and made 2 or 3 errors with a user dignity of either 3 or 5, whereas on the second task, which was removing a baking pan from the hot oven, he took only 13 seconds, made 0 errors, and felt very confident with the user dignity of 10.
Subject 3 took between 10 and 15 seconds on each of the tasks and made only 1 user error throughout the entire thing, having a high user dignity of 9, 10, and 6 in each of the tasks.
In summary, many of the subjects in trying to preheat the oven pressed buttons before pressing bake first. Furthermore, a majority of people already understood how to remove the baking pan from the oven safely. And finally, a majority of people also put the rack in incorrectly, whether it was upside down, backwards, or at a wrong angle.
The revisions for future testing are presenting a scenario with context and to reiterate and emphasize not to rush.
Revisions to the product would be to replace the bake button with a preheat oven to make it more obvious, and to make the rack flat so that it's easier to use and more intuitive, and to add a one-way latch so that the rack can't fall out.